Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, the only sanctioned source of community entertainment off here to 1 vs 1. On Lost Clyde in the south, it is Angreifen fighting here for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 1st Panzer Division in the north. It is Tiramisu, masquerading as Angreifen, which I'm just going to state out again. This is not Angreifen. This is Tiramisu, and even then I'm sure that someone's going to generally go like, but how can Angreifen fight? Oh, my brain, it hurts. Oh, what's this stuff coming out of my ears? Oh, it's my brain. You know, I'm expecting that. In which case, you should have listened. Like, always listen to the Imperial Dane. Most of the time, won't go wrong. Most of the time. Anyways, also a big thanks to Joseph, to Sylvain, and to Duke for donating or pledging and supporting the Propagandacast with their hard-earned money. So big thanks to all three of you. You're part of my company heroes. You charming bunch of bastards. Remember, you too can support as well by pledging or donating. Links in the video description. You can just like, subscribe, and press that bell button. Or share, of course, as well. Anyways, back to regular schedule action here. We got Overwatch, Firestorm, and Fortifications with double infantry versus Urban Defense. Armoured Assault and Guard Motor with this well. We got first engagement in the centre, Fulton versus conscripts. Both sides focusing heavy on the infantry here, the frontline forces to overcome the other side here with. Third conscript, they're almost done for Tiramisu. So far, focusing all positions around the centre. Also easy to able to set the cup on there for Angreifen, the real one that is. Of course, obviously here this epic clash of titans will work out. The real deal versus the imposter. Who will win? Who will stand victorious on the pixelated battlefields of World War II? Third force on the way there for Tiramisu. Engineers step hard at work here for Tiramisu with some bar wide denied cover there to Angreifen troops. In the centre, the fighting continues with the forces flanking up behind the conscripts, trying to get the front of X caught off guard here. Can he pull it off? Or will the conscripts only prove to be too much there for Angreifen's Volksgrenadiers to overcome with sheer might of arms? In the far west, Sion Pioneers, by the way, just moving about there, their own pace, grabbing territory. Fourth conscripts right there on the way for Tiramisu. More skirmish around the centre. We got more forces arriving here. Just a heavy conflux of infantry and nexus of bullets, death, and meager rations. Forces they're being bled out here, but so the conscript, the promise, the conscript are much better position to involve them in heavy covers. The forces basically have a bunch of shrubbery and a clothesline to hide behind, which is ultimately not quite as much as actual solid rock to hide behind. So right now, while Angreifen is effectively keeping Tiramisu at bay, he's not really finding him in an efficient engagement. That's really to the advantage of Tiramisu, although in this case, he actually ends up backing off, which is a bit interesting. Partly due to this squad being completely sufficient, in which case it worked out for Angreifen to focus down, but even then, you'd kind of think he'd still try and fight. But anyways, jumping on the flank here, in this case, got troops ready to cover that flank somewhat. But this also happens to have a troops push up this front here if Angreifen times it correctly. Sturm Panzer being focused down for the three conscripts there. Good prioritization there for Tiramisu. Sturm Panzers are usually a priority number 1 target. Once you've dealt with them, you can usually deal with everything else. Ignoring Sturm Panzers can quickly get costly, but on the other hand, they can also very quickly focus down. It's sort of one of the major weaknesses of the Sturm Panzers. One-on-one, great, but getting focused down, they're quickly going to fall apart. So just a bit of a tip there. Volksgrenadiers conscript on the west side, trying to cross to the fuel point, they're being shot to bits, and the fire is also trooping about here for Angreifen. Meanwhile, the fighting continues between Tiramisu and Angreifen. The cemetery is quickly being filled up with a plethora of corpses from both sides. I don't know who the Undertaker is here, but he's going to be well paid. In the east, forces are routed by the engineers. Back here, we got the truck out there for Angreifen and the German army. Sturm Panzers hurling down metal supplies. Where they saw them, who knows? Further up north here, troops reinforcing. We got field infirmary there for Tiramisu and the Red Army. The 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps, tasked with bashing out the fascists in the sector and pushing onwards to Berlin. Up north here, deciding perhaps not to push more in the centre. Of course, Angreifen strikes hot here. While the iron is very much hot, to go straight for the cut-off point there. Like a Teutonic blacksmith at the Baltic coast. Anyways, half down there with the comfortable hardcore to support all of his infantry. Might see a flak half track there. Line for guns also possible. Double engineers here for Tiramisu. Gives him, of course, more engineers. Probably one for a minesweep as well. Expecting possibly Angreifen to lay down mines at some point. We'll have to see. All the engineers holding the Volksgrenadiers for the support from the flamethrower there. Western fuel being seized. Angreifen here, his frontline presence being diminished. Going to have to move westward to deal with that. Got the Belgrove headquarters up there. Probably going to go for some medics very soon. Sturmpanies in eastwards. Marchers in hand. Obviously not underestimating Tiramisu's ability to lay down mines. That is definitely a very bad mistake to make otherwise. By the way, pushing westwards there. No marchers yet, but short munitions there for Tiramisu. Big push by the folks in the centre. We got another folks holding up there. Possibly acting as a diversion here for Tiramisu's attention as he contacts towards western fuel point and also move southeast. But there we go. Conscripts routed. No. Oh, actually, I spoke too soon. So pump commanders are up here for Tiramisu. Maxims, mortars, and field guns. Very much all possible. Though we'll sort of go by the usual measure. It'll probably just be used for the field guns, to be honest. Conscripts being routed here. Southeast of Sturmpani is grabbing the eastern victory point. Back here, troops reinforcing. Moving westwards. Concentrating out here, troops reinforcing. Healing there for Tiramisu. Grabbing the northwestern point. Folks sending out there for Angreifen. Engineers sending out as well there for Tiramisu. Also, the conscripts up north. Down south, engineers think about there for Tiramisu. Folks are pursuing here aggressively. And swiftly up north here, we got Sturmpanies of the conscripts. Quickly putting away the march over there. Very good work there by Angreifen, closing on the the conscripts there. But with two conscripts squad here from Tiramisu, the Sturmpanies will retreat again. 1-on-1, great. But 2 versus 1, the Sturmpanies very quickly fold. Faster than a cheap plastic lawn chair in a mild breeze. Maximum on the way there for Tiramisu to help deal with Angreifen's fast and furious infantry tactics. Hand Granada could be chucked at the nearest to flush them out, but may not be worth it. Far northwest here, and Tiramisu, leans in with assault there. Angreifen going for an MD-34 as well, so both sides so far roughly have the same idea, that is, machine guns are pretty good when the other side has a lot of infantry. That is definitely a very correct deduction to make there. Very correct here, Sturmpanies enforcing. Interesting to note, Angreifen is yet to go for medics, but there you go. As I pointed out, Angreifen also seems to realise this and pops the button. For the medics, also going for another truck there, so that'll probably be the Shroud Punch Report being set up here against Tiramisu. Worth noting, neither side here is yet to commit to a doctrine. They've yet to make the jump towards a long-term plan. But at this rate, I mean, it's more likely it's going to be on something like armoured assault or guard motor here. I mean, urban defence can still happen, but typically players want a bit more from it sooner before, like the light interchange and shock troopers. Well, these two tend to benefit a bit more from also being chosen later because they still have a lot of other stuff that also benefits you a lot more later on. But again, he will still go for urban defence, but I'd argue it seems a little less likely from my perspective. MG-34 supporting assault here, but with just a few depleted foot gunners. I don't think this attack is going to work out particularly well here for Angreifen versus Tiramisu. It might be a tad too ambitious, but then again, by pinning his opponent down behind the sandbags with a machine gun and throwing an incendiary, forcing them to retreat or die, I guess that slightly worked out, but still would have worked better out with Fulton that isn't full health. Going straight for the fuel point this time around. Maxim being hauled towards the centre, there you go. Tanking ground being set up there by Tiramisu and the Red Army. The 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps as Angreifen and the 1st Panzerdivision gets ready. The 1st Panzer Division was one of the original elite German Panzer Divisions, but, having mostly served on the Eastern Front, rather fell into obscurity. But they had some interesting effects there. For example, it was one of the first Panzer Divisions to really have a large number of armoured half-tracks. In particular, for the early start part of the war, was actually more common just to have a company in armoured half-tracks. It could actually muster, I think, 2 full battalions of Panzer Grenadiers and armoured half-tracks, which is quite rare, really. It's a little fun fact there. And I usually find at least sort of a rule of thumb is, but an easy way to tell apart which divisions were probably more elite than others is just notice how many armoured half-tracks did they actually have. Because usually, the more elite they were, more likely they actually have access to them, actually get them. And in some cases have more of them than a normal Panzer Division. Or Panzer Division, so little fun fact there. Anyway, Sturmpanies being focused on again on the east side, quickly retreating, got troops up support, but they're a bit late to the party there. They're a bit late to the party in the centre. Folks fighting out here with assault rifles. MG-44 up again focused on. We got the maximum up here as well for Tiramisu. T-70 is right within range here. He may, of course, also just decide to skip that and go straight for the Mechanised Armour Company and begin hauling out the bigger things here against Angreifen. Angreifen's got the spare punch calls going up here. Folks are tearing apart the conscript at close range there with assault rifles with the counter and TKs. And with a good old German insult. Constantly about here. There we go. Fortification stocks in here for Angreifen, opening up for heavy fortifications, field defences, pack 43s, howitzers, and searing artillery. Fun fact about Angreifen, he's actually one of the few players who consistently makes use of field defences, specifically the S-mines. He actually likes laying down S-mines with the full grenadiers. And in fact, that's exactly what he's done up here, so thumbs up there to Angreifen. He's probably one of the few players who really appreciates S-mines in either German faction. So, little fun side note there about Angreifen. Little fun side note there. Shred Panther quarters up as well. He could consider some Obersladen here additionally versus Tiramisu. I mean, he's got mostly conscripts. Obersladen without machine guns would be very potent, to put it very gently. Engineer season Eastern Point. Got mines on here for Tiramisu. T70 rolling out here for Tiramisu down the main road here. Then running backwards down the main road. Then forwards down the main road. Probably Petrov shouldn't have had that second bottle of vodka before driving out. Don't worry, we're getting a hit. No, we're going backwards, you idiot. Oh, that's what the hit means. And the tank grenades ready here as Tiramisu's obviously starting to worry about getting hit by a tank. MD-34 in a lot of trouble. Angreifen no extent of that one, and that's going to be a very likely wipe here. He may though be able to at least recapture here with the full grenadiers very quickly. Nope, gets lucky here. Tiramisu not pursued aggressive enough for the T-70, and then he quickly dealt with a lot of the machine guns crew in a matter of seconds. Up north here, the conscripts have a hell of an entrance into the area here as some S-mines go off, exploding amongst them and causing grievous harm, injury, and casualties. So the Angreifen's S-mines there pay off, and also just highlights one of the better ways to use S-mines is actually just to count them like, in far off points, like victory points. Points, like they're not usually going to make a big effort to run into because they're less likely paying attention then, so you might actually just get a wipe there because, it just hits sufficient amount of S-mines and they aren't paying attention. So, little neat detail there, and some consideration if you're struggling to lay down S-mines, just lay them at peripheral points across the map. Once your opponent's less likely to be paying attention to, because again they're just going to send some guy up there to have grab it and harass, and then they're not going to realise what's gone until suddenly they don't have a squad. Instead they got I don't know, a bunch of spread out chunks of meat. Bunhunt gun on the maximum. Sturm has been routed. That's going to be a wipe there thing unless Angreifen has the devil's own luck, which he didn't. He did not. That was definitely, I think, a bit too risky there by Angreifen here. Tiramisu punished him perfectly for that one. And he will have to go for a replacement Sturmpioneer squad, since otherwise he is nowhere repairing any armour. Plus, no Minesweepers, and if he doesn't go with Minesweepers, I'm reasonably sure Tiramisu is going to very much thoroughly punish Angreifen for not going for Minesweepers, as he rightfully should. T7 conscript west was there. Pushing through the fences, going for the fuel point there again. Very good. Angreifen at some point may actually want to consider laying down some S-mines there, just regular mines, just to make it a bit harder to drive straight for the fuel point. Also worth noting though, bit of mistake here by Tiramisu, but he's actually not going for a minesweeper. Again, his opponent's actually shown he likes to throw an S-mine, so usually want a minesweeper to deal with that, because again, otherwise you can quickly rack up some casualties. Sturmpioneer is on the way. He can soon go for the Panther 4 here versus Tiramisu and the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. T-70 fixed up. Again, open up in the field on the sandbags there, trying to clear them out. Opening up the continent being suppressed with the MD-34. Fun fact about the MD-34 is actually producing larger numbers than the MD-42. And not because it actually was easy to produce or anything like that. It wasn't. It's just been in production for much longer than the MD-42s. It basically had a big head start, and the MD-42 was never able to catch up with it. But, little fun fact there. Eastern Point East again hits a mine. We got 394 versus 465. Tiramisu's got a nice leader with Angreifen at the moment. Shroud punted quarters. Just waiting for something to happen. Can go for the Panther 4 here versus Tiramisu. Far East, we got the Chiefs again. The Fulton is tanked him with a 45mm gun of death, destruction, and misery. MD-34 held up behind a wall, getting a nice hit on the conscript score there. I believe this is what you call island enfilade or defilade position, I guess, actually. Neato. Maxim there, more exposed position, but at the same time, Angreifen's got no way to immediately deal with that. Like, you can't push through this, like, you know, cemetery to get to it easily, and you can't go for a deeper flank either easily. So, right in the Maxim's sort of a reasonably safe position, until, say, a tank hits, in which case, safety becomes a lot more relative. All the way, Angreifen going for the Panzer IV. He could, of course, say transform for something bigger, but right now that would probably what we call a bad idea in the biz. Back here with the mechanized armor company, Angreifen, or Tiramisu, I mean, even I'm making that damn mistake. But anyways, Tiramisu. We'll have to see what it goes for. I mean, T-34-6 still being rushed out could be an idea, but we could also like T-3045, which would be pretty great versus Angreifen's Panzer IV Model J. Of course, he may just try and stall out for, say, an ISU KV2, though I think there would be less amazing moves. And before playing punch back here, so far, Tiramisu getting good control of the map versus Angreifen. Getting very good control of the map. Sturmpani is full swing heading use push back there. Panzer IV finally ramming here for Angreifen and the first Panzer Division. Sturmpani straight at the conscripts. Up close there. Of course, may want to put away the minesweepers. Contra versus Volksgrenadiers. Panzer IV setting out, adding a pin-up machine gun there to the Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausführung J, which was the last model of Panzer IV produced. Contra there closing up, Panzer IV misses, trying to go for the cop one again, this time with the minesweepers, actually a lot of mines here from Tiramisu, good work, but needs to retreat those Sturmpaniers. I think it'll be a bit of a harsh blow here to Angreifen to lose another Sturmpanier squad right now. Not really something I think you should be trying for. Fulton pushing east again, not so many mines this time from Tiramisu, and still a minesweeper. Still no minesweeper. Now that one definitely stands out a bit as a noteworthy gap there, and there we go. Guard Motor, T-3045s. Could have gone for that one sooner for some guardsmen. I think that'd been pretty great. I mean, Fulton is actually tend to struggle some with the guardsmen with DP light machine guns. Even a heavy mortar could be a pretty good advancement here versus Angreifen. But either way, T-3045, marked vehicle, self-repair, all very good. Then, of course, if he does lose a full unit, then he can always say then just sneak in some guardsmen to quickly replace them. Tunisia being hosted down by the Volksgrenadiers. Destiny 4 they gained 21 kills in service of Deutschland. Might get themselves an Iron Cross second class if they survive the battle. T-35 they're arriving here though for Tiramisu and the Red Army. T-7 engaging the Volksgrenadiers. Panzer holding off the third infantry with his machine and the support there in the centre here. We got 3 kills on that one. T-7 meanwhile rolling about here. 10 kills for T2. T-34 they're advancing swiftly for Tiramisu and the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. Equipped with an 85mm gun, hence the 85 in its name. Fulton being routed, Panzer going to deal with the conscripts there. Great on the conscripts, and tank goes off, but without more damage to the Panzer IV, mostly just slightly damaged. It scuffs it a bit, and there you go. Conscript, they're taking heavy casualties. The conscript squad moving up. It's going to rotate here, I think, between the conscripts and the T-35. Great hit, though. Almost caused an entire wipe there. McKenna from nearby might be able to assist there. Go Mark Vehicle as well here. Tiramisu's going for a killing blow here on the Panzer IV. If you can get rid of it now, that'd be, of course, be huge here for Tiramisu. But also a lot of manpower. But there goes shots on, missing a bounce, and kept trying to hit there. But can't quite hit. Panzer IV takes a hit down to half health here as Tiramisu's T-35 there also is definitely dodging like Kedden there for good work then, like Kevin's taking ages to shoot. T-7 also moving in. He could further complicate things here for Angreifen. Almost got the Panzer IV. T-34 out. Fulton moving up. T-7 then things rather awkward. Panzer IV combat blitzing, I think. Oh, yes, but he's kind of penned in there. He can't easily get out. Oh, can he? Oh, T-35 actually went down. Holy smokes. I was paying too much attention to the Panzer IV, but like Kevin to the Fulton with the Panzer IV managed to take it out there. That was a close one there for Angreifen. Tiramisu there, Oak a bit, should have supported his armour push there with some infantry, in which case it probably would have worked out just a bit better. But even then it was quite close. And just a bit of slight RNG there could have switched in favour of Tiramisu. And again, this is usually why, again, you then sort of add more forces to it, so it becomes less about RNG and more about, like, you know, having better tactics and more troops. I'll wait, light infantry gun here for Angreifen. Interesting choice. It's not, well, he's got 2 machine guns, so I mean, light infantry gun might actually be a good help here versus Tiramisu. A chemical integrator in the T-70, punches straight through the rearmor. Another hit, almost taking up Tiramisu's T-70 light tank, which is gaining the ace level and swoops away. Comes to this thing about in the west here. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing, repairing. I imagine Tiramisu is going to go for another T-35. I also imagine he's probably going to be a bit more cautious about it with this time around. I mean, there's nothing wrong in, you know, being aggressive with it, but you still need infantry support. I mean, one of the ways the Germans typically just beat Soviet armor was basically just let the tanks pass straight past the front line, then they separate the tanks from the infantry, and then they just deal with the tanks separately, because tanks on their own were generally much weaker. Like, tanks need to work together with infantry, and, you know, largely the same applies here in the game. Like, tanks work with infantry work a lot better than tanks on their own a lot of the time. Penfold around the conscripts. Shot fired, missed, close 22 than the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Tiramisu is not far off from the T-45. Number 2. Consuls firing the cover very quickly, not building much cover against the Panzer 4. There you go, cover destroyed alongside Petrov. Constantly taking heavy casualties there. No S-mines on the way further. Noting that Angreifen has not been laying down any further S-mines. Bit sad over that. But anyways, there we go. Second T-35 on the way for Tiramisu and the Red Army. The 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. Hopefully this one will have a slightly longer lifespan. Panzer moving up. Shoots there. Gains 32. T-5 almost done. Like Kevin Lenz, another great hit in the T-7 light tank. Gains virtually 2. He got 253 so for a troll. I mean, Tiramisu still has a big victory point lead. But he needs to be more careful about this engagement with Angreifen, because if Angreifen's gaining significant enough an advantage over Tiramisu, he can just grab all the map and just keep Tiramisu getting back. And there you go, Conscript wiped. Tiramisu is definitely starting to suffer some heavy casualties. His T-35, though, has arrived here. Coming on the west side, got full opening up here from Maximus nearby. Worth noting that Tiramisu so far actually not bothered with the field gun. Normally a solo player will at least have like 2 of them. Generally though, that's just the average number of field guns most solo players just go for. 2. Mine close here. T5 setting out here for Tiramisu and the Red Army. The southeast jump is moving up. Mines could be cleared out and probably will. MD-34 on the church. And there you go. We do get this is 3 divisional field gun on the way there for Tiramisu and the Red Army. T-5 swing about here hard left, clearing out any remaining mines with the T-35. Nice little improvised minesweeper. Though technically, they did have a modified T-34-76 just for that purpose, like with mine rollers on the front to just drive over the mines. Little fun fact there. They also converted some T-34s to have flamethrowers where they just replaced the whole machine gun with a flamethrower. Full straight into a mine there, Panther 4 rolling ahead here, going straight for the T-7 light tank. Constant fire from the Panther 4 Model J. T-4 they're roaming about. Tiramisu shot on resources, definitely going to need more because for him it's going to come down to like gaining critical mass of tanks versus the fascists here. And so far, he's not quite gaining fat. Angreifen so far seems slightly more likely to gain it, but bringing up more Panthers. And in this case, he's going for a Panther. Though if he still ends with more tanks than his opponent, it's still going to work out nicely. It's just easier to achieve critical mass with Panther 4s than Panthers.
We are losing territory.
Much easier. So he's an eastern fuel point here. T5 running about. We got the T-7 slowly fixed up here for Tiramisu. Panther almost done. What's being done there? Moving straight ahead here. Field gun shoots missiles. The chemical gets put in the T-45. Pushing for less than fuel point as Angreifen swinging hard east. Good move there by Tiramisu. He does also have that field gun, but there's an infantry push going straight for the car point there, forcing him to retract it for now. He might actually soon get both fuel points away from Angreifen, though his Panther has arrived. His Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of the Fatherland. Got the western one cut off. Panther's heading out there for Angreifen. Consider being flanked by the Fulton Grenadiers. We got 234 versus 390. Tiramisu continuing to enjoy a significant lead here and big 2 points over Angreifen. Now the field gun there. Very much expecting, particularly when your opponent brings out more tanks. So double field gun is going to make things a bit harder there for Angreifen's armor, depending how well Tiramisu handles them. On the west side, see we got a smoke shoot down from the line gun. Very good. They should be able to cover for an assault, except the assault does not seem to be forthcoming, which slightly ruins it, but you know, still better than not using smoke at all, even it's like less efficient use of smoke. Gotta start somewhere. T-45 moving up, second field gun ready. Looks like he's making a straight push here for the center. Bit less than, I think, well coordinated there by Tiramisu, to be honest here. Great for Angreifen there. T-45 shoots, bounces. Field gun shoots though, and penetrates the Panzer frontal armor. Here in the west, we've got the Panther 4 there versus the third positions. Another line gun here for Angreifen. Not entirely sure I'm a big fan of that pick, though. Continuing that now, Tiramisu's bringing up multiple field guns, plus he's got multiple machine guns, double line for guns, main fat work out there for Angreifen. T-17 about here in the southeast. Guys are down to 217 versus his 390. Significant gap in victory points, also apologize about that. This is a bit slippery. T-70 almost knocked out here by the Panther and Panzer IV combo. Second line for gun almost done there for Angreifen. Panther being hit by multiple sources of Soviet heavy firepower, and they're pushing back the Panther. Half 8 of it since you want. Further up north, we're bombarding here the church. Second line for gun being hauled up to join up with the first one. And provide some heavy bombardment there of Tiramisu's positions. Tiramisu, meanwhile, still really hasn't brought up any artillery, no heavy mortars, no regular ones, and certainly no Katyushas either. I think you should go for more tank before going for Katyushas, but a heavy mortar still think could be a great investment here for Tiramisu. I think it tends to get a bit overlooked. Bottom 5 from the T-45, got 2 kills on that one. Another trunk there for Angreifen. Going to be a mechanized repair regiment, only going to make it easy for him to maintain his armor, and who knows, might all be long term be setting up for a king tag in case things go dire. Fulton pushing it, okay, getting off some hits, then the T-45 taking a hit down from the T-70 and getting a wipe there, bit of blow there to Angreifen and the German army, the first Panzer Division. Meanwhile, Tiramisu punching through the center, swarming it. The lumps him into there, go Constantine run for the Kednev, going to try and grab it under Angreifen's nose, and they succeed. Panther shoots, misses, line for gun taking heavy fire as well. The Kednev almost cleared out again here by Angreifen. There go, cleared it out. T-70 pushing his luck too far and gets away with it. Damn close there for Angreifen. Oh, the Tiramisu. Damn you, Tiramisu. Damn you. Panther, although meanwhile, gates an explosive hit in the conscripts, taking out so men there with a single shot. 26 kills, virtually free. Line for gun fire, they're further threatening to snuff out the lives of the conscripts. And if Tiramisu can't have that, they can, but then certainly Angreifen can't either. Fulton pushing extra into the T-45, field gun under fire here. Panther 4 gains virtually 4, increased accuracy, 30 kills. Another T-45 on the way there for Tiramisu, still no sign of artillery here. Not even using the field gun to bombard a bit. Got 202 versus 378. Tiramisu still in a significant lead over Angreifen. Line for guns there, punching away. Fun fact about the light infantry Schutz vaccine, it actually wasn't made in 1918. That was actually just a name they gave it to, you know, fool the Allies into thinking they, you know, had it since World War I, but it was actually a much later war weapon there, so, no fun fact there. Another T-55 there ready. Moving up the west side again, trying to sneak Angreifen there. Very good move by Tiramisu. Talking about the center, we got 25, we got 14 kills, 22 kills. Still all of a sudden here for Angreifen. Munitions being slowly stockpiled. Engineers being hammered here by heavy fascist fire there. Good line of guns snaps them out. Still no sign of artillery here from Tiramisu. I feel like again heavy mortar would be a great choice. Come about some of Angreifen position, lots of bright smoke screens. Both T-4s moving westwards. Could catch here. Here's Panzer IV on the kill. Oh, more test mines done. Good work with the engineers. Oh, next to the mine. Took a hit. Panzer IV blitzing away. T-4s on hop to the also. They done fresh test mines on the point. Almost taking out the engineers, but accidentally. Sturmpanzer moving up here. Panther moving up and getting the T-35s there. Lost a machine gun. Tiramisu position looking a bit awkward here. T-7 finding way in the center though. 29 kills. An absolute beast here, and the forces are being hammered by the T-7 light tank, pushed away. Great hit there from the field gun on the rear of the Panther. Aircraft shot down the pinback machine guns of the two Panzerwaffen. Constantly being hammered with the double infantry guns. Good use of the barrage abilities, by the way. A lot of people tend to neglect the barrage abilities of their artillery weapons, which tend to make them a lot less effective, but you know, being good use of the barrage ability in your mortars, line infantry guns and such, they can actually make a significant difference. Still, no artillery here from Tiramisu and the Red Army. Meanwhile, Angreifen, of course, has access to plenty. Also, further fun fact, there actually existed a larger brother of the Infanteriegeschütz, known as the Schwerer Infanteriegeschütz, which fired a 15mm high explosive shell at the enemy. And in fact, there were self-propelled versions of it, including the Grille, which was actually based off the Marder chassis. Little fun fact there. Finally go for the car pump. We got the TC on the way there. The Ace with 29 kills. Maxim blocking the way there, so it isn't good news for Angreifen's men either. Field gun shooting, missing. Panther got in the center. We got 184 versus 377. Angreifen trying to bring down Tiramisu's lead here. Very slow, and there you go. Penetrating hit on the field gun, but not from the T-70 obviously. On the Panther, not from the T-70 obviously. T-35 shoots, bounce off the Panther's 80mm of sloped Krupp steel. Panther IV close to the ace level there. The Panther IV probably being the Oberkommando's tank that is most likely and consistently to actually hit like the ace level, if you handle it properly. Got a pack 43 here for Angreifen. He's really getting ready here for Tiramisu and his tanks. That's really, I think, going to force Tiramisu to go to the silver. There he goes, constantly, because they can't concede there from the side of the church. Also be disrupted. Good work, I suppose, there by Tiramisu. I still think some artillery would suit him a lot. Penetrating hit from the T-45, penetrating hit there on the Panzerkampfwagen 4, Ausführung Jod. Pack 43 being attempted again. Fun fact about the Pack 43, there actually existed a field gun version which could also double as artillery. Take down the Panther. Bolts being hammered, the T-70 30 kills. Might be in the running there for an Order of Lenin if it survives. 33 kills. Pack 43 almost down there for Angreifen versus Tiramisu. Tiramisu still desperately short of artillery to deal with it. Of course, a good flank could destroy it. Bolts on north, hitting from the T-35. Numerous casualties piling up as they try to form a defensive line here by the minefield, but ends up not quite too great. And there you go, Pack 43. Good to go here for Angreifen for Deutschland, the 1st Panzerdivision. Panther moving about here. Trying to shoot off some mines with the T-55. There you go. Panther going for Pack 40, almost getting there. Actually gets off, hit T-55 down to less than half of. Bit of problem here for Tiramisu. Need to get a T-55 out there before it's too late. Other T-Fed moving about, Phil coming in as well there. You got Lance going to find, there you go. Got the T-Fed father, his Panther 4 by his ace level, 37 kills. Quickly outmaneuvering here. Tiramisu's T-Fed 45. Pack 45 is also ready, going to make things harder here for him. There you go, almost got the second T-Fed 5. Another one on the way there for Tiramisu and the Red Army. Looks like he gets away though. Close shave there, very close shave. Still, we got Angreifen now 155 versus Tiramisu's 365. Panthers got Vetu 2 shots and added. Aircraft on fire there and shot down again. Field bombarding. Bombarding the church with a 76.2 mm high explosive shells. Punching through the front door there. Falls on fire from the T-70. And there you go, another T-5 further done for Tiramisu. Still no real artillery. And there you go, Panther pushes straight ahead, 3 kills there. Great hit from the field gun, punching through the Panther's front alarm. Full squad almost been wiped out here in the process. Close to death, close to extinction. Tiramisu, I think he might actually want to consider doing more through the south. Like he's kind of almost forgotten entirely about the south against Angreifen. So is Angreifen, to be honest, similarly. He might want to put more pressure there. Could try and like outmaneuver Angreifen from the angle, for example, try and catch him off guard. Got the machine gun here though. And then once he's sort of paid down to attention that, he can then sort of swing him with some other units, cut the pack 43 behind his back. Maybe even turn against Angreifen. Also worth noting, Tiramisu is now really starting to suffer severely in the infantry department. He's down to just 2 infantry squads, meanwhile Angreifen has always Fultz Grenadiers plus his Dion Pioneers. So there is also a significant element there that could prove to be a problem there for Tiramisu. He doesn't rectify this swiftly. Panther with the 38 kills blitzes away. Might just be enough for Knight's Cross there. 145 versus 365. Shot bounces off the Panther's frontal armour. Sometimes they're being hammered by the Panther. Great hit there. Panther 4 there, 39 kills. Panther with 6 kills, 7 kills. Got the T-Fed moving up there. Probably been caught with the double T-Fed. Looks like he's finally going for something or something on flank, but no, backs off. Backs off. He may also need another T-Fed fire, maybe an HG5, but he also needs artillery. We'll have to see if Tiramisu goes for that artillery. So far, still focusing on the center. There you go, another T-Fed on the way here for Tiramisu and the Red Army. We got 145 to 365. Just bring up sweeping mines and the cavalry firing here from the Panther. 41 kills. Pack 3 lanes, a great hit on the T-70, almost takes it out there. Vetu 2 gained as well on this heavy anti-tank gun. Nope, by the way, not the biggest anti-tank gun. The Germans had the Pack 44, which used the same gun as the Jagdtiger, and which could also double as artillery. Keep on engaging the Panther. We got Mark Vigil on it. Need to be careful of not getting back into the range of the Pack 43, and that looks to be exactly. Oh, no, he safely avoids that. We got 139 versus 365. Kitchush on the way, cancel the third Fultz Grenadier squad. Or T-Fed for not Fultz Grenadier squad. I don't think Tiramisu can go for those. I apologise. That was my mistake. Still feel like Mortar probably a better pick here than the Katyusha now. Of course, the Katyusha can be quite devastating for sure, but may not be the best way to sort of show say snuff. That aircraft cash down here. More S-mines up from Angreifen. Very good. Lots of S-mines. Again, it is one particular trend about Angreifen's play, but he's one of the few players to consistently chuck down those S-mines. Katyusha moving up here though for Tiramisu. And you fit for the Fultz about in the center. Panther almost fixed up there for Tiramisu. Katyusha unleashing hell there. Check the Pack 43. First rocket missed. First rockets missed. Second rockets. Not in a standing barrage either, and there you go for the misses. Probably should have gone a bit closer, even that's risky. Oh, there we go. Almost got the pack for the 3 crew, but they still stand, except for Ludwig and Heinz. They're a bit buried beneath the dirt. And before they ping down the country around the centre. T-Force moving about here for Tiramisu. Everyone on the centre got the Panther moving forwards here for Deutschland, the 1st Panzer Division. Following up to link up here with the Panther, got the Panther moving forward straight for the centre there. Boldly engaging Tiramisu. Almost got Betty Free on the Panther. T-Force moving into the other. Volkswagen's Colts taking heavy damage. Light infantry pushed too far ahead. The definite mistake there by Angreifen. Panther almost there, veteran free. Both light infantry guns cleared out. The definite mistake there by Angreifen. Panther getting extended. Pack for a free though. Gets one the T-45 Panther there. Ace level, but about to get knocked out by the field guns. Light infantry couldn't deal with that. Panther for the flanking. Gonna lose that Panther. There you go. Pop goes the Weasel as Tiramisu sets off the Panther's munitions. Almost got the field gun there. Could get the consquad here as well. Fighting continues to be brutal and intense. Who will pull through with this one? Field gun there, crude here, but quickly been cleared out again here by Angreifen. Half H52 on that T-45. Got 53 kills on the Panzer IV. Nice cross with oak leaves at this point, probably. Probably. Panzer IV gaining the T-45 there. 54 kills. T-70 39 kills. Impressive kill times. Then again, another T-45 on the way here for Tiramisu. Engine damage in the T-70. Line of guns there not being accrued. Probably doesn't matter at this point. 179 there you go. T-70 finally perishes. And Angreifen calls in the mighty King Tiger, the Königstiger. Folks think how many other CoH2 rockets screeching through the skies. And there you go. Angreifen's Panzer IV knocks that on as well. This is anything the Panzer IV hasn't dealt with. Aircraft, infantry, armour, vehicles. It's killed it all. Except for German Stalin. The one thing that always evades it. One day, Comrade Stalin, I will get you. One day. Panzer IV going for the T-45. Almost got it. Down it goes. Damage in 58 kills. Another T-45 moving up to Tiramisu at this point. I think as at his wit's end. King Tiger moving ahead here, constantly obliterate, but he might be able to at least gain a measure of vengeance against the Panzer IV. At least for having killed and ruined so much of his things. King Tiger move out here, shoots. Misses the T-45 there. Panzer IV damage engine stuck here. Shoots, bounce off the T-45 there. King Tiger actually blocking the Panzer IV main gun out. Nope, apparently doesn't block. Panzer IV has the rare phase through other German tanks. But there you go. Knocked out with the T-45 in the end there. King Tiger gets a good hit. Field gun the way there, but I don't think it's going to matter here for Tiramisu at this point. I think at this point, Angreifen stands victorious as the T-45 there gets knocked out. A glorious victory there, I think, for Angreifen and the German army. A brutal battle of wits and wills on Lost Glider. There we go, GG, game over. Was a close fight at times from the end. Angreifen prevailed over Tiramisu, partly because he had artillery to make use of it. Tiramisu meanwhile didn't. Also could have done more with mines and minesweepers. I think that was also a mistake here versus Angreifen. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.